The guy is going to fall down again. Brian, are you out there?
Yes, sir, I am.
Okay, where are you now, Brian?
Mr. Letterman, I'm on the lobby step.
All right, be very careful. This is carpeted now, so before it was concrete and steel, right?
Yes, sir.
Stuntman Brian Donahue falling downstairs. Take it away, Brian.
I don't know if you ever saw the movie The Right Stuff, and it was about the astronauts. But when they took the test pilots, and the only one that didn't go was Chuck Yeager. Chuck Yeager stayed behind. He wanted to be a test pilot. That's all he wanted to do. He didn't want the fanfare, he didn't want the hype. He didn't want to be the American hero. He stayed there in the grunge, and he kept testing the flights. They show all these other guys getting the accolades and the ticker tape parades. We're at the White House meeting the president. And then they show Yeager coming out of a crash. He came up over the hill and he was all charcoal. I dug that. I said, yeah, Chuck Yeager. That's it.
Hello, Mr. Letterman. How are you, sir?
Welcome to the show.
Well,
thank you very much for helping us out here tonight. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Where are you from, Brian?
I'm from Long Island, New York, originally Boston.
If you're working on a big film and you got a big A-list star, they break an ankle, they twist the back, whatever, that whole production's shutting down. Me, all right, Brian's hurt. Next. This was a simple bit of me running from them when they first spot me, and the guy jumps on my back. Well, the guy jumped, but he jumped from the side.
Hey, big guy. Joe, right?
His weight and my weight all came down at once. My quadricep tendon on my left leg completely snapped in half. I needed to get a gig as I started healing the leg where I could, make a few dollars and also maybe get some benefits. That was 2006, and now it's 2017. I actually come from a football background. I did real well in high school, and I got recruited by Exeter Academy in New Hampshire. Competed there, ended up winning the national championship in the shot put. Ended up going down to the University of Texas, the Longhorns. I had gone on to the New York Jets. I signed a contract in '87 with the Green Bay Packers. I ended up spending some time up in Canada with the Toronto Argonauts. I remember jumping out of the car, trying to throw a drop kick at two cops. I used to bounce in clubs when I was doing the construction and everything else to pick up a buck. Working Lundy Electronics, doing maintenance. One of the universities I went to was Spofford Hall University. Spofford Hall's a rehab. Went out to Walt Disney World where I became the German mechanic. Nothing better than walking out to a 2,000-person amphitheater and going, "Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How are you? Good morning. How's everyone doing? Are you having a Disney day?"
I have the normal job, so I'm at a desk all day where I will be able to see emails. When he has auditions, I will film him, email it to whoever it has to go to.
Drink your soup!
Kind of like the manager, but not getting the 10%.
Brian Donahue is a stuntman and an actor, and you just finished up doing a film with John Goodman, is that right?
Yes, sir.
John Goodman seems like a very nice guy.
He's a gentleman.
Yeah, he's been on the show many times. We're always happy to have him.
Terrific.
All right, Brian.
Larry Deck, who's a supervisor of the facility in Uniondale, it was like he was looking at cattle. I kind of gave him a look. I looked at him like, what are you looking at? It's just the way he was staring at me, like, I hadn't even signed in yet. You know, you look familiar to me.
It was August 20th, I believe 2007.
Did you wrestle years ago, many years ago?
He came in as a trainee.
I said, I've seen it on TV, I love it. You know, it's very exciting, all the costumes and the colors.
Right off the street, and it was he was assigned to me.
Are you sure?
And, you know, he looked at me and I go,
You weren't the Dublin Destroyer?
The Dublin Destroyer!
Red flag, boom! Go to work on Donahue. Down he goes.
He's all oiled up. You gotta give him that.
it was pretty cool.
Now we became friendly, and fortunately, he's a big movie and TV fan, and I work hard for him. So when I do need a day or two or a few days off to do a shoot, he's like, oh, one text and I'm clean.
Roll when ready, stunts are ready. Is everyone okay? Come in. This is 203. Action.
I'd be happier if he does more acting roles. I've been saying that for years. When he's actually there, he ends up being brought into the forefront and ending up getting some kind of line when he wasn't supposed to say anything that day, or he'll throw in some kind of line that they're like, oh, that's good, we'll keep that in there.
Being able to have a few lines, that was a big deal. Someone's given you an opportunity. Someone's taken the time to actually let you work on your craft and be an entertainer. You may be the maintenance guy, you may be the policeman, you may be whatever, the thug, but you're only in there for, 3 or 4 lines, maybe at most, and then you're out.
You're looking for the ladies' auxiliary. Try over on the west side.
Bunch of big, ugly women.
Out of the way, you moron!
You know what? You're gonna throw a rock at me. You ain't gonna do shit. For me, there's my end game, to keep going and getting better spots and doing better work.
What, nobody gonna have any fun except you? I'm the one's been married 10 years.
Last time he went from the 3rd to the 2nd floor. We're changing it a little bit this time. He's going from the 2nd to the 1st floor. Well, that might have been a concussion there. We'll have one of our boys check you out.
Okay.
All right, nice job, Brian. Glad you're all right. How about that?
You definitely have a paranoia, like, will I work again? It's like anything. If you got a football player and they got an injury going into the draft, and they go down about 100 pegs that quick, you get red flagged.
Were you in the NFL long enough to get the pension, or are you a veteran?
No, sir.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I had people that hadn't hired me since I got busted up doing Brotherhood.
The ups and downs with the different jobs, that's a tough time. Thinking, am I out of the business? It does worry me, but I'm used to it at this point because it's been how many years of it,
Stuntmen are experts at hiding themselves, because once you get established, that's it for you. They can't use you for that season again on a TV show or on a film.
Hey, fuck you!
But Brian loves mugging the camera.
Prime variety dog food, take 2. Brian Donahue.
These young guys have been in the game 2 or 3 years, have more IMDb credits than I'll ever have. They're not interested in dialogue.
Whenever I get something that requires some acting, I try to pitch it to the producer. Look, you got one guy who could do both.
What were you looking at, you?
I don't think I can tell him to stop, but I do tell him to be careful. Sometimes I don't want to know what he's doing. It's better to know after the fact that he's home and he's telling me and he's fine.
I want to give them more than they paid for. I want them to go, we got a bargain with this guy. Unless I'm getting hit by a car or falling down a flight of concrete stairs or whatever, if it's something I can do, I'm doing it. No pads. My favorite thing is when I'm laying there and they say, is he okay?
What little I know about stunt work, falling downstairs is very, very dangerous.
It can be.
So I guess we're just going to do it now? We're going to do one now?
Why not?
The average person, if they're going to injure themselves at the knee, is going to be at the weakest point of that tendon, called the patella tendon. Brian, he had actually ruptured above the kneecap. This tendon, in actuality, is about 3 times the thickness here. In a 30-year career and tens of thousands of patients, I had only seen one prior to that. As rare as that injury is, Brian came back 2 to 3 years later, tearing the quadriceps on his other leg. Why did Brian tear 2 quadriceps? That's not normal.
I had a coach at Texas, and he'd say, "Are you injured or are you hurt?" And he wouldn't blink. "Are you injured or you're hurt?" Well, if you're injured, that means you're incapacitated and you cannot perform and you cannot function. And we need to get you off the field and get you medical attention. But if you're hurt, get up.
Don't lie to me. Are you ready to go on this next one?
I'm good to go, sir.
Because it looked like you might have got banged up a little bit.
That comes with the territory, sir.
All right, you're a trooper.
I'll be honest, I've my share of concussions and chip bones and everything over the years. I've had 3 or 4 concussions in the last couple of years. You get the spin sometimes, you get dizzy, you get a little spaced out, or trouble, with the sun hits your eyes sometimes. It's on, I'll be honest about it, it happens. But you know what? I get up every day. I still am hitting UPS every morning, loading those crates. I load better than anyone that ever walked in that building. That's what the bosses say anyway. Like I say, I'm not going to worry about things, because it is what it is. I got a lovely wife that will take care of me.
He's got to take care of himself. I think he said that a couple of the guys now, like when he started out, the older guys, they're using walkers and things like that. Please don't do something reckless, because I know he is like that. He'll give it his all.
I'd rather shine and rock the house for this long than what they say, the song, it's better the you know what I'm talking about. I don't even know the words now, but it's better than the fade away, to boom, to blow up and just go.
What position did you play?
Nose guard.
Is that offense or defense?
Defense, sir.
So you're lining up right across from the center?
Yes, sir.
Oh, so you just get your head kicked in every play, don't you?
Pretty much. People I trust, people that wouldn't steer me wrong, they're saying to me, "Are you okay?" Panic attacks, feeling aggressive, dizzy spells.
Was the frontal lobe more atrophic a year later than it was with the original scan?
Yes.
Symptoms you're describing have a suggestion of frontal lobe dysfunction. You're asking the question, can I attribute it to the hits I took over decades? And we have no idea. All I can tell you is no matter what caused it, additional headshots will only further aggravate much more than they did previously.
I'm already so far in now, what am I gonna do?
That's a very different decision. That's a personal decision, not a medical decision. You have defined yourself in this way as the tough guy for decades. It may or may not be your identity. It may or may not be financially driven. My recommendation is don't do any more stunts.
He puts his heart and soul in everything he does. He puts his heart and soul in working here.
Brian Donahue, number 95 from Massachusetts.
Brian's not satisfied just getting the last package in the car. Put it this way, when Brian's not there, the drivers know. Because the first thing out of their mouth is, how long is he out for? That's where you know a guy has made his mark. You have nothing but respect for that.
You got a guy. Where the hell's the guy? Can the guy hear me? Where is the guy I want to talk to? There he is, right there. Hi, Brian.
That's what Letterman called me, the guy.
Wait a minute. You know who that looks like? Who? That looks like that guy who beats up Alan every night.
The guy that beats up Alan Coulter, the guy that does this and that. Just out of curiosity, I said, I know you do memorials when someone dies, whatever. Do you have one on me? And Jerry Foley, the director of the show, said, yeah, do you want to see it? And I stood there and I watched, and it was slow motion clips of all the years.
He's obviously not Lance Armstrong. Wait a minute. He is not.
Take it away, Brian. Here we go. Big Godspeed. Does that look nasty? Is he okay? Are you all right, Brian?
And then it came up in memoriam. You will be missed. 1962, space. It was a funny feeling watching that. I base my life on the athleticism and on the sports and on the size. Now I'm getting chipped up and beat up and I'm getting crushed. What am I gonna do now? So you know what I said? I'll keep going. I'm just picking up speed now. I'm just starting to kill it. All of a sudden in the last couple of years, last 2 years, I've probably done 15 different television shows. Then all of a sudden the word gets out, hey, he's good to go. He's back, he's better than ever. You gotta see this guy. We get to a set and the producer says, where you been hiding this guy? Wow. Hiding? I've been at UPS 5 days a week. We might hobble our way out there, crawl our way back to the locker room. We may not have 15 gigs the next week, but the ones we do have,